What up, though? What up, though? What's poppin'? Black Chives Matter. What's poppin', Jew? You know, that press conference had quite a bit of entertainment for my liking. It wasn't the worst. Ian Garry's just like a cornball to the max, though. Jew says Conor McGregor getting shut down at the press conference. I know. Big up. What up, Dun Daughter? We finna analyze the 330 presser? Question mark. Cool. Yes. Yes. Yes, we are, Dun Daughter. Or Black Chives Matter. John Valentino, what's poppin', homie? Okay, good to see everybody. If we can all run up the likes as we enter the stream, it's much appreciated. If we can run up the likes real quick on the stream, thank you in advance. Yeah, so fucking Garry. My favorite my favorite part of the press conference is when Ian tries to be on his passive aggressive shit once again. And the reporter asks Islam, yo, you think Abdul Manap, the late Abdul Manap, Habib's father, will be proud of you for all that you've accomplished? And then Islam's in the middle of answering the damn question, and Ian starts answering it for him. Like, no, I'll do it. I'll take this one. Like, no, you fucking won't, bro. Islam completely talks over him while Ian tries to talk over him and answer his question. And then Ian's so fucking his ego gets shot because of that. He can't let it go. He has to wait till Islam's done. Patiently waits till Islam's done like a good boy. And then he goes, you know what? I'll answer that too. Starts answering the question saying Abdul Manap will be proud of him. And Islam's like, bro, shut the fuck up, homie. Shut your fucking trap. You're losing fans by the second. By the fucking second. Shut that yapper of yours. And Ian just had to sit there and take it because he's like being all nice to Islam. And Islam says, yo, shut your fucking mouth, bro. Even if you're trying to be nice about Abdul Manap, shut the fuck up. And I don't know. Ian going off on Oscar. Oscar Willis asking Islam, is Ian Garry annoying? You find him annoying? You like him or not? Ian goes, yo, man, keep it fight related, blah, blah, blah. Loaded question. I thought we were friends. The Mac Life connection, Irish connection. Ian Garry's such a little bitch, bro, when it comes to that stuff. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I guess it pisses me off that he's so good at trying to control the room. He's pretty good at it. So I'll give that to him. But it pisses me off. It does piss me off. It's like, bro, don't call out Oscar and shut down the question. Islam's about to say that he does find you annoying, but you just shut it all down. Anyway, here's the face off. Clear height difference here, right? Clear height difference here. But yeah, aside from that, the crowd was booing Ian and shit, so it's pretty good. I also like Jillian Robertson. Jillian Robertson saying like, "Hey, Mackenzie Dern, I do feel like you're talking shit." Mackenzie Dern's acting like, "Oh no, this feels like high school. I'm above all this stuff, right? I'm above all this trash talk." Jillian Robertson's trying to like drag me down with this trash talk, and then it goes to Jillian, and Jillian's like, "Nah, nah, 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 nah. I think you have been diminishing my skills. You're saying you don't know me, right? You're saying you never heard of me, and you're saying you want to chase the submission record, but I'm the one who holds the record for the most submissions by a female in the UFC. So how is it that you've never heard of me? Why are you trying to no sell me? That's why I'm pissed off. Keep that same energy that you didn't know me." So I kind of like it. I kind of like it. My favorite female fighter. This is what I was gonna say. My favorite female fighter, I think, is Jillian Robertson. I think I found her. Jillian Robertson, my favorite female fighter, I believe. She's the coolest. The red hair, submission record. If she can submit Mackenzie Dern, the great Mackenzie Dern, because Mackenzie Dern's like one of the greatest jiu-jitsu practitioners, that women have seen. So if Jillian Robertson, who doesn't have any of the accolades that Mackenzie has in the jiu-jitsu scene, can beat her, I'll be amazed. I'll be happy for her. Big up, as Dundaughter likes to say, to Jillian Robertson. So actually, with all that being said, it's like I don't really mind this co-main event. Call me crazy. I'm the biggest women's MMA hater that you'll find. When it comes to this co-main, I'm actually pretty excited. Mackenzie Dern, right? Nothing there really for me, but Jillian Robertson bringing all the smoke, talking trash. Even when Mackenzie Dern tries to take the high road, Jillian doubles back and says, "Nah, fuck you. You been talking shit. You could try to take the high road all you want. We're gonna fight also because they're saying like uh last thing before we get into it, but the media is asking like, do you guys have beef? Do you like each other? What however they asked it. And they're trying to make it seem like, Jillian and her, it's a bad thing that they have beef. And Jillian says, "We're gonna fight. And I don't really like her necessarily. So what? I think that's perfectly normal. We don't have to like each other." And I fuck with it. I completely fuck with it. Jillian Robertson is finally given us, not finally, because she's always given us what we wanted, but she's at the top now fighting for the title. Mackenzie Dern, I wish she was never champion in the first place, but another story for another day. I'm here for the oh, I'm forgetting her name, don't let me do this to her. I'm here for the shit, the redhead girl, the Robertson, fuck, what's her first name again? Jillian Robertson. We're here for the Jillian Robertson upset. That's my bad, Jillian. Jillian, that's my bad, girl. All right. I hope that Jillian Robertson sees this as a matter of fact, because that's my favorite female fighter right now, other than her and Alexa Grasso. I mean, those two are straight thugging. Jillian Robertson, Alexa Grasso, those are my girls right there. Those are my girls. I ride by those girls. So, Jillian Robertson, we wish you the best, girl. And, we're with you. We're rooting for you. You're our favorite female fighter, right up there with Alexa Grasso. You know, we're with you, Jillian Robertson, all the way. And last thing, Jillian Robertson, coached by Mr. Dean Thomas. I feel like she doing Dean Thomas proud. Dean Thomas, kind of like me, he likes all the smoke, right? He likes all that trash talking. He likes that BDE, right? That big dick energy, that big puss energy when it comes to Jillian. Okay. And yeah, I'm fucking with it. So anyway, sorry about that. That was a bit of glazing for Jillian, but she deserves it. She deserves it. She definitely deserves it. I fuck with Jillian one more time. Space Kid, what up, everybody? Who's backup fighters if things go south? Oh, I don't even worry about the backup fighters. So I don't even know. It doesn't even feel like a fight week. Yes. Okay, hold on. Jew says, like Ian, bro, these Dagestanis don't respect you. You live a life that's everything they stand against. So I actually have some funny ass shit I wanna read to you guys about that. Otto says, "Yo, what up, man? I hope you're having a great night. I'm doing good. Just tired from the gym. What up, Otto? I'm having a good night, homie, and hope you are too. Hope everyone is. And no gym for me today, but I'm glad you hit the gym." Juice says, "You're a cuck married to a whore and a vegan wannabe Connor. They don't want to hear praise from you." Ian goes, "Abdul Manap would be proud of Islam. He would be proud." It's like, Ian, shut the fuck up. Please, for 5 seconds. It's not even your question, and you're still yapping. Oh my gosh, you're getting booed constantly. Even Islam had to say, he says, "Bro, you're losing fans by a second. Shut up." And he said it again. He's like, "Shut up." And then Ian finishes his Abdul Manap Islam praise and fucking shuts up. But it's like, bro, you look like such a clown. Islam just clowned your bitch ass while you're trying to compliment him. Do you know how bad that is? The whole crowd booing you. Mr. Undefeated Ian Garry, you people used to love you, but you fucking turned them all into haters. And you know what? I'm gonna put it like this. This is a little teaser. Even the Korean community hates this guy. Even the Koreans hate this guy. They got a name for him. They got a name for Ian Garry. They got a term for this guy. Even the Koreans don't fuck with Ian Garry and his way of living. Nobody does. Nobody respects it. Nobody fucking respects it, bro. The writing is so on the wall, bro. I'm so like clear on this now, and I don't know, maybe I can contextualize it. as we go on. But this dude needs to leave that bitch. And I know it's funny to say, but I actually mean this shit too. Like at this point, I've seen enough. All of the context clues. I've seen all the, the backstory of when he was in Cage Warriors and shit like that. And her controlling interviews back then when they're trying to ask him spicy questions. Like the whole 9 yards, bro. I've seen a lot of clips when it comes to Ian and Layla from the very beginning. And it's none of it's good. It's all bad. It's all bad. He needs to leave that bitch immediately, bro. Immediately. Even the Koreans don't fuck with him, and I'm gonna show you guys why soon. But anyway, I just want to keep reading chats for now. What up, cut? Till fed homie straight mono's blood. I know. Till's about it, and the sound of those punches were like insane. Pretty nasty. That was definitely a 2-piece and a soda. Not exactly the 3-piece, but definitely a 2-piece and a soda. 3 cracks, I believe. Who does Ian fight if he loses? Shit. Give me some options. This talk is too soon, you know? I guess I could have considered it, but we're trying to see who's gonna win the fight between Ian and Islam, let alone, his contenders yet. But I appreciate the question, John Valentino. Meat Rocket, what up, homie? Good to have Meat Rocket back. Says Morales is the backup. Then Ian clip farming with his kid. Like, I seriously doubt that 2-year-old is into UFC by choice. Let him watch some Disney films and chill. Stop using him for content. They constantly use the kid for content. That's what annoys me about it, but whatever. You trying to steal my entrance line? OMG, big clit energy. There we go. There we go. Then he was trying to cut him off from respawning. I know. Then like Ian does this nice guy thing to try to make his opponents to let down their guard, and Islam just wasn't falling for it. No, not at all. Not at all. Because the thing about Islam that plays in his favor here is that if you think that Ian, this is the funny thing. I don't know if you guys will pick up what I'm putting down here, but if you think Ian Garry is arrogant, right? And like I think like arrogance a good word for Ian Garry, like, and thinks his shit don't stink. I know that Islam's super mild mannered, but Islam is probably more arrogant and thinks his shit doesn't stink even more. He's very mild mannered and he's humble. Don't get it wrong. But like when it comes to like him up against another man, like Islam doesn't take the back seat to Ian whatsoever. He looks at him like his son almost. So just because like Islam looks at himself so highly. So that's why I think he doesn't really fall for it. Versus other guys, they will feel like Ian's more of the alpha male around him. But Islam, I don't really think Islam feels that. So it doesn't really work. But Ian is always doing that. Not gonna lie, I'd switch it for Layla too. 3 punches connected on Blood's face. Okay. Let's watch this little face off though. That's that passive aggressive shit. You ready? He tries it on Islam. Islam's like, bro, what the fuck you mean am I ready? Clear height difference here. Wait for the pat on the back from Ian. Like, it's like Ian doesn't understand personal space. He's always up on you. Always. But again, I think it's intentional. I think it's to let it be known. Now there I do okay, so let's talk about this height difference, right? Because oh my gosh, the shoe gate is insane. By the way, we found someone who gets more faded than me. Kawie Fernandez. I mean, look at these fucking eyes. No Photoshop, they say. Kawie's photo shoot today. No, the pic is not altered. My boy is in the sky. Kawie. Shout out, homie. Good shit. Good shit. I'm pretty faded right now as well, so yeah. Anyway. Ian representing Alon Nascimento. This is the coolest thing about Ian is that he's repping Alon Nascimento. Everyone's saying this is the greatest street fight of all time, so we got to peep it later. But here we go. Here we go. Here's the shoe thing, right? So there's a shoe gate. There's a fucking shoe gate going on right now. So we see the height difference, okay, but there's multiple shoe gates, okay? Because look, yeah, look, it's like here's the shoes here, right? Here's the shoes here. You can see the heel, right? You can see it. But then somebody posted this, and they posted the bottom of their feet here. Makhachev, Machado, Garry, right? So this is definitely it. And there's no heel. So I don't know what the fuck is going on here. Is this a Photoshop? Potentially. I guess it is. Super weird though. I mean, like, what's going on? Do you guys see this? I feel like this is like from today as well though. They're completely different shoes even. Oh no, they're not. Are they like sneaky heels? How do you even explain something like this phenomenon that's taking place right here? Same outfit. I mean, Ian's over here just repeating outfits. I don't think he's repeating outfits from fight weeks. What? This is fake? Did they just put that on and Photoshop it? Okay. No, that's fair enough. Because Happy Punch did the same shit, so stats say 5'10 for Islam and 6'3 for Garry. Here, Happy Punch posted their feet again. So this is that same photo we were just looking at. So I guess it's kind of fine. Ian's not cheating. The other one has to be photoshopped. Happy Punch wouldn't fake it. Yeah, see, they say fake. Happy Punch wouldn't fake it. And it does look like Islam had a bit of a inch support and Ian was wearing like some flat-footed shoes. Definitely that's why their height difference was closer the other day. Shoegate, they're calling it. It's floating in the air, look close. Oh, I can kind of tell now. Yeah, I can kind of tell. Yeah, I don't buy it anymore. I must be a bit slow. That's okay. Ian looks like a nervous boy shaking a hand for the first time. Islam mogging him, kinda. Shout out John Valentino saying it's fake. I have officially come to that conclusion as well now. Bro, Makhachev better destroy Ian because if Ian wins, we'll never hear him shut up. You know, the more Ian talks as fight week goes on, I do want Islam to win a little bit more. Stats say 5'10 because it's like, bro, Ian, shut the fuck up, bro. Honestly, it might be better if Ian loses. Just because the copes and everything like that and the comeback, you know it's gonna be good. The first face-off outside, Ian was wearing those barefoot shoes while Islam was wearing thick shoes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can see that they're kind of like these barefoot ass shoes, bro. Even like you can see rivets in his toes to some degree. Anyway, give me 1 second here. My phone just died. Okay. All right. Official shoegate. And then Islam puts on higher heels for the second face off with the clouds. These are higher heels for sure. Anyway, shoegate is over with. That's a wrap. Let's peep some of the stuff, some of the content. Ian's rooting for Connor. I prefer champ rounds. I kind of discussed or mentioned some of this stuff, but let's watch it. Ian just tried to praise Islam at the presser, and Islam told him to shut up. Look at what he's done in the sport. He's the best fighter on the planet. Islam, just shut up. Ah, straight clown and Garry.
Let's talk about the GOAT, about the all numbers after my career, because
he'd be proud of him.
I'm still
Look at what he's done.
Still winning,
He'd be
my all opponent.
Sorry, champ, can I
and it's just next target. We will make my job, and after that 20 win streak, let's see what Dana say also.
Can I answer that though? He'd be proud of him. Look at what he's done in the sport. He's carried the flag for his country.
Bro,
he won 2 world titles.
Lose your fence.
It's impossible for any man not to be proud of what this man has done.
Shut up.
He's the best fighter on the planet.
We got one more. Go ahead.
Cupcake says, look at Ian next to Jalen Turner this fight week. He's the same size. Well, how tall is Jalen Turner? Like 6'1" or 6'2"? You think they're kind of like exaggerating an inch for Garry or something? MMA goddess analyzing N-word's feet. Happy and Perry Punch. What up, you retarded? Line test. We're waiting for it to come in. Jim Lotus says, yes, if Ian wins, we have to hear him. No, I hate listening to him. Fuck Ian. They're literally like being barefoot. They kind of are. John Valentino smoking. Good shit, good shit. I think he did it on purpose to give Islam false confidence. Kind of what I was just thinking. I just didn't verbalize it. Being vegan is the best base for MMA. It used to be when fucking Nick and Nate Diaz made it popular, but now everybody just thinks it's gay. The gig is up on that. Being vegan ain't cool, and it's not even like smart. Barefoot is the way to stay. Oh shit, my bad, Jim Lotus. I know you're a known vegan. That's my bad, Jim Lotus. I didn't. Oh, Jim Lotus, I don't think you're gay, homie. I don't think you're gay. It was a metaphor. Oh gosh, completely forgot. Known vegan Jim Lotus in the chat right now. He goes, vegans are the best fighters. Smoke weed. Being vegan is the best base for MMA. It's totally not, but Jim Lotus. My even Jim Lotus hit me with the LOL. Okay, Jim Lotus can take it. Juice says, then this little bitch has no accountability. He'll just try to find some cope. Well, what sucks is that Ian Garry is one of the best fighters in the world. Even if he's not number 1, he might be fucking number 2, bro. So, I love Meat Man Pause. You know, Nick and Nate Diaz made me a fucking vegan. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but that shit's trash. It don't make no sense. And honestly, if they weren't vegans throughout their fight career, they probably would have won more fights. Connor was right when he was like eating fucking steaks and being like, that dude's eating plants. I totally agree with him. Remember when Nick Diaz was vegan, he always won. Jim Lotus, I feel like what I just said. Cupcakes is rooting for Ian. I want to see the mental gymnastics the Islam fans come up with. Oh, that would be so good, bro. It would be so good. I would celebrate the Ian Garry win like no other for those fucking Islam fans. Oh, it'd be glorious. I'm vegan for 2 weeks due to an Orthodox St. Mary's fast. All right, true silence. Till will pack up Ian, cuh. Damn, that would have been a good scrap, huh, Tony? That would have been solid. Darren Till versus Ian Garry. Nowadays. If Till never got injured. Remember when Sean O'Malley was vegan? No, that was, I mean, that's when he was getting injured constantly, Jim Lotus. I've been smoking vegan weed lately. Space Kid. Same here. Same here. Same here. I tried before, felt weaker, man. Less full, bro. Less muscle on you, weaker. You're eating like fucking like. What are you eating? You know, Jim Lotus. I hate to be hating on the vegans. I'm vegan 65% of the year. Shit lit. Okay, true silent shit. I don't mean to be hating. You need to get that meat in at some point though. But you do 45% or 35%. Cupcake says they're gonna be jumping through all sort of mental hoops, like the meme with the old white lady and all the math equations around her face. This vegan argument that they are better athletes statistically doesn't work. There's more meat eaters doing well in sports. They try to act like if you are a vegan, you have better cardio and shit like that. And I don't really like it's about timing of food, bro. Don't eat a fucking steak before you go on a run. But like when you go home after you just worked out all that shit, you should eat a nice fucking big old steak and go to bed, bro. You know? And absorb all those vitamins for the next day. Like, come on, man. It's not rocket science. We on the Darren Till train, cuh. O'Malley started losing as soon as he ate meat. No, no, no. He was eating meat long before he lost. Yeah, Jim Load is saying he eats a lot so much. I know, I know. Because it's all carbs. It's not the worst thing, bro. MJ says, hey, brother, what up, homie? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing good, MJ. I hope you're doing well too, homie. You need meat, Jim. What a debate. Pea protein isn't going to cut it. Not at all. Bro, there's a certain amino like acid chain that comes from animal products, you know, that doesn't exist in fucking plant proteins. So Jim Lotus, whether he wants to admit it or not, Jim Lotus has to supplement those vitamins that he doesn't get from meat. You know, Jim Lotus definitely has to supplement for vitamins he doesn't get in meat. For example, I mean the easy one is B12. Only found in red meat, really, right? So if you're not ingesting red meat, you need to be getting some B12. All right, all right. Anyway, more stuff. Ian Garry calls out reporter at the UFC 330 press conference for trying to cause trouble. You're just trying to cause trouble. I thought we were cool. That's just putting words in his fucking mouth. Your job as a journalist is to be professional and stick to the fucking sport. Bro, shut the fuck up. I hate when fighters try to tell journalists what to do. Like you know what like you studied what his job is. Shut your fucking yapper, Ian.
Islam, a lot of fans sometimes say that Ian is annoying. Do you find Ian Garry annoying?
That's a loaded question.
Sorry, yeah.
What you're doing now is just trying to cause trouble. Don't do it.
I was trying
We're
to.
friends. I thought we were cool. Don't do it.
I was trying to get back and forth.
That's just putting words in his fucking mouth, and you know it.
It's true.
If he finds that, he can be honest and he can say that. But your job as a journalist is to be professional and stick to the fucking sport. This is the biggest fight of the year. I think there's more important things to talk about.
Islam, a lot of fans sometimes.
My bad, my bad. I said well, Cupcake said B12 is found in dirt. Just don't wash your vegetables, but you can supplement as well. And I said, yeah, I supplement as well, and I eat animal products. So supplementing B12 is a good idea. You need my meat. Eat a turkey sandwich and shut up, says Tony Sal. uh, okay. Anyway, Ian Garry sends a message to the fans at UFC 330 press conference. When I beat Islam, you all shut your fucking mouth and call me great. He's gonna rub it in our faces so much if he gets the win. But it's like I picked Ian. I wanted this to happen. I asked for this. By the way, boys, come on now. Run up the likes on the stream if we can. Please run up the likes on the stream. We're just sitting at 10. Quite a bit of you guys are in here. Please run up the likes on the stream. I mean, shit. 15. It's, you know what I mean? Really should be 25 likes, but it's like, come on now. Anyway, here's Garry. Run up the likes on the stream, please. Thank you in advance. Subscribe if you're not subscribed.
Everybody right here, everybody in this stadium, every single one of you fans, consider him to be the #1 pound-for-pound fighter on the planet. You consider him to be the greatest martial artist walking the earth right now. When I beat him, you'll all shut your fucking mouth and you'll call me great.
Are you a little bit surprised? Why don't these people like you?
I couldn't give a fuck. I couldn't care less. My little boy's here laughing at me, smiling at me, making faces. I'm living the dream. Islam's here. I get to show up on Saturday night and fight for world title. I dreamt of this dream when I was a 16-year-old kid. I dreamt of being a UFC fighter. I dreamt of having the ability to fight for a UFC world title. And this weekend, on August 15th in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, all of my dreams come true, and nobody can take that away from me. Everybody right here, everybody in this stadium, every single...
Shout out to Jim Lotus. Thank you for the like, homie. I'll give you a like, though. I don't know why, but I'll give you a fucking like. You don't deserve it. Shout out to Jim Lotus. Thank you, homie. Didn't mean to offend you about them vegan comments, but, you know, I stand firm on my belief. But you are not gay. Ian Garry getting booed. Here's Connor. Picking Garry.
What's up, folks? The Mac here to give you my prediction for the Makhachev Garry fight. Let's go, Garry. You know it. He has the tools. He's been doing great work in SBG. He's long. He's definitely going to stay safe. He's definitely going to be in there. Makhachev has pockets where there's a lot of stalling. He still has things to prove in that welterweight division. He does look like he's had to grown up into it a bit more. It's a cracking contest. Of course I'm going with Ian Garry. And I really believe he can do it. For sure he can do it. How do I see it? Right high kick across the crown of the head. And a victory for the Irish Brazilian. Let's go, Ian. Rooting for you, bro. Great scrap, yeah? What round? Late round. This goes late, folks. This goes late, this fight. Great fight. Looking very much forward to it. And there you go, folks. Enjoy. The Mac Daddy in recovery. Undeterred. Let's go. Come on. Yeah. What's up, folks? The Mac...
I said, where's he at? It looks like Venice Beach back in LA. Who knows? But, I mean, that's a great prediction by Connor. That's I mean, a fantastic prediction. Head kick, late rounds. I like it. I like it. I wasn't sure, like, how this fight is going to necessarily play out in favor of Ian Garry. But the high kick late, I mean, that kind of seals the deal. High kick late. Leon Edwards, Kamaru Usman style. Except for Islam's not going to have as much success with the takedowns like Usman did in the first fight with Leon. So I kind of like it. I kind of like it. Ian really riding for Garry hard here. No Diddy. Here is the footage of Darren Till knocking out Lee Browne outside the Blarney Stone pub in Liverpool. Here, my bad. I keep muting it because I don't have my headphones in. But you see the dude's hands touch the cement. I moved my camera so you can see it. You can see it like flash on the screen. After Darren hits him with the 2-piece and a soda, you can see the guy's hands like touch the cement. He doesn't. I don't know if he falls, but he definitely like braces his fall at the very least. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You see that? You guys see that? Damn, Darren. Okay. Two piece and a soda, bro. Definitely about it. And that dude's way bigger than Darren. Darren didn't give a fuck. Who's the shithouse now? I'm right here.
I'm right here on your side.
Damn. I said, come on, man. Not the UFC's Darren Till. Darren Till really about it now.
Right here on your side.
Go on, Darren.
I'm right here on your side.
Darren said, fuck you, bro. We're done talking. And no apology. I'm beating the shit out of you. Done deal. You're getting this two piece in a soda whether you like it or not, whether you want it or not. Two piece in a soda. Here you go. Eat it. Darren the Gorilla Till. Yup. In front of the Huz also Dill got uh Islam calling Ian a Brazilian might be bad juju for him because a Brazilian handed him his only loss. That might be bad juju. Oh goodness gracious. He also beat a famous Brazilian in Charles. Very true. Meat Rocket says he still believes in Connor. I don't at all, bro. Connor's not coming back. That just made Ian more confident. We don't want Ian confident. Bro, trying to get the Yoel fight canceled. Honestly, Yoel is going to be a tough fight, but I'm excited for it. And I hope Darren wins. Darren on that good sauce. I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. But bless me. Ugh. He might be on that sauce. That's alcohol for you for sure. Low-key, he looks how he always should have in the UFC. I think he was low T. I don't know. Darren's got some type of knee injury that he can't get right. Did you see Till versus Romero face off? I did. It was a tough face off. Both men refused to look away. We're trying to get 25 likes on the night. Yeah, we are. We're trying to get more likes. 25 likes on the night, boys. I mean, at least 20 right now. We got 22 people in here. Shit, just run it up. That's only 7 more likes. By my metrics, you know, that's only 7 more likes. More than enough people in here to run it up. Thank you in advance. Bless you. Thank you. Thank you, Tony M and Jim Lotus. Connor better not come back. He can't fight anymore at all. The money has softened him. No, I completely agree. Fuck the comeback when it comes to McGregor. It's honestly non-existent. Okay, now let's go to some bookmarks because this really encapsulates Ian Garry. When I said that the Koreans don't even fuck with Garry, this is what I mean. This is what I meant. By the way, Anthony Wint got his debut booked, and it's for UFC Sacramento as promised against Terrence Chapman. This guy Chapman is debuting in the UFC, and he is coming off a loss, if I'm not mistaken. I might be mistaken. I was reading a report, but he's definitely debuting in the UFC. Anyway, this is something somebody posted. It goes, "Can any Koreans confirm?" It's like a comment from YouTube or something, but they go, "In Korea, people sometimes call Ian Garry Pong Pong Garry. Pong Pong is the name commonly associated with dishwashing detergent in Korea, but it's also used as slang for a certain type of husband. It refers to a guy who marries a woman who used to party around and date a lot, only for her to quote unquote marry up by settling down with him. Meanwhile, the husband works hard and brings home the money, but still ends up doing the housework and dishes as well. Ian Garry is basically the perfect example of that. Pong Pong Garry. Pong Pong Garry. Shit, Pong Pong Garry. I never heard truer words in my life. The Koreans don't even fuck with Garry. Pong Pong Garry. Come on, man. Hey, by the way, though, man, let's give it a rest in peace to Pritchard Cologne, man. By the way, the bitch ass crazy neighbor, she's going insane upstairs. She's actually losing her mind again, I believe. I believe she's losing her mind again. It's a sad story, you know. Imagine being a crazy bitch. Anyway, she's insane, guys. She's insane. Anyway, rest in peace to Pritchard Cologne, 33 years old. He died today, and it says a decade after suffering a brain injury during his fight with Terrell Williams. You know, from rabbit shots to the back of the head. So, rest in peace to Pritchard Cologne, man. He passed away today. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, man. They're no joke. You know, Deontay Wilder shed tears about him.
People always go about worrying about records and all this, he lost or he's a bum and all that. Well, you get your bum ass in there then. Yeah, it's a great knockout. It's devastating, making history and stuff like that, but how much that man gonna suffer? And we seeing what happened. Look at Cologne. It's Pritchard Cologne. Yep. Correct. This man ain't have no kids. Man, they don't understand, man. Y'all don't fucking understand what we go through, man. And I don't even know him like that. But I always be an advocate for us because this man would never know what it feel like to be somebody's father. And that's some of the precious thing in the world, to be somebody's father. But he'll never be nobody's father, man. This man will never have a natural childhood ability of living again because he got in the ring to support his family. But now, his family got to take care of him for the rest of his life. We don't know, is Robert going to be the same after this? I just did a job.
Shit, he just did a job, man. Rest in peace to Pritchard Cologne. Rest in peace, man. It ain't no joke. Rest in peace to Pritchard Cologne. Okay, now this young boy interview, guys, is taking the world by storm. Hold on, I got a couple bookmarks, but wait, let's just hear what this says.
But are you actually a nigger? But are you actually a nigger? But are you actually a nigger?
He really meant that. Young boy really asked that with the hard R. He really did mean that. They were talking about their fucking heritage. It started because fucking Funny Marco goes, "Are you considered like light skinned?" And young boy's like, "Nah, I'm not a light skin, bro. Nah, I'm not a light skin." He thought long and hard about it. We could pull up the interview, but young boy thought long and hard about it. He's like, "Nah, I'm not light skinned." And then Funny Marco's like, "Yeah, you are. I'm dark skinned." And then young boy's like, "Wait, what? Like, are you even like a hard R?" And then Phony Marco basically tried to be like, "Yeah, I am." Like, and young boy's like, "Where are you from? Like, where's your heritage?" Because, you know, that's why, like, I guess Jamaicans aren't claimed by like Black Americans. Like, for example, by young boy, if I'm not mistaken, okay, if I'm not mistaken, by young boy saying, "Are you a hard R?" Like Aljamain Sterling would have to say, "No, I'm not a hard R. Like, I'm Jamaican. Like, I'm not a hard R. My people weren't colonized into the US. You know, we weren't captured from Africa, so to speak." I think, like, I don't even know fucking geography, so Who knows if Jamaica's in Africa or not? But I know that the Black Americans do not believe or claim the Jamaicans. They're two different things. And when Youngboy says, you know, are you the hard R? That's what he means. But this was
Yeah.
hilarious.
But are you actually a nigger? Yeah. But are you actually a nigger?
I don't know. Is Youngboy light skinned or dark skinned? Let's hear this one.
I'm not a red dude. I'm fucking.
This is it. This is the same. This is the same answer. He says, "I'm not a red dude," about being light skinned.
I'm black.
No,
I'm brown or whatever.
I'm black.
Yeah, you just.
I'm dark skinned.
Hmm?
I'm dark skinned.
Yeah. But are you actually a nigger?
I got called.
Where you come from? I'm not a red dude. I'm fucking. I'm black.
No,
I'm brown or whatever.
I'm black.
Yeah, you just.
I'm dark skinned.
Hmm?
I'm dark skinned.
Yeah. But are you actually a nigger?
I got called.
Where you come from? I'm not a red.
Oh shit! I said, you guys want to hear about a powerful story about Jesus and Rolly and God? Just sit back and listen. I'm gonna mute it. I don't need to do no talking. But wait, you guys say True Science says they don't even claim Africans who were born in the U.S. Oh really? What's this young boy? Question mark, says Tony M. He gotta go hit a lick or something. Remember who he is. Young boy is a rapper, bro. Jim Lotus says we don't care what color your skin is. Yeah, we don't. But they, they're asking. Among those two brothers are asking. So shit, don't you dare pin that on me. They thought they didn't like being called that. I think again, it's a figure of speech to figure out like if he's actually a true quote unquote Black American. Who knows, bro? Who knows? Nobody expected young boy to say that. But that's a fire ass interview. I listened to the whole thing today. Lots of good stuff in it. I know a lot of you guys, you MMA heads, wouldn't want to bother yourselves with it, but it is pretty good.
I was getting ready to fight Ryan, and I pulled my shoulder, and
Oh my gosh, why is it? I keep muting it. Rolly speaks about his relationship with Jesus and God helping him get the win over Ryan Garcia, them guiding him into the ring to fight Ryan Garcia, and giving him subliminal messages every step of the way. So you guys got to listen to it.
start getting massaged before the fight. And lucky for me, my massage girl was there, and she was massaging me. Right? You don't get a massage before a fight. You guys know that. It makes you too relaxed, right? But I couldn't throw my right hand no more. And for a whole hour, there's videos of me getting massaged. Like, right? You don't get massaged before a fight. I'm like, murder, 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 kill, kill, kill. Like I always say before a fight, right? And I just say, God, I'm worried about my shoulder. Instantly, I hear, you're not going to need it. The first time I hear his voice in 8 years, I'm like, but I want to win. And then he says, you're going to win? And he's like, you're going to win, you're going to come out completely unharmed. I'm like, okay. And then he says, but you're not going to knock him out. Now, bro, I'm on this card, bro. They're promoting this rematch with Devin and Ryan, all that stuff, bro. I'm freaking, I'm just like, there's no way that they're going to give me a decision if I don't knock this dude out, right? I'm like, okay, Lord, I surrender myself to you. After this fight, I'll live my life for you. They put me in that car. Right, that's why I look so clueless in that car, where it's like I look spaced out, right? Like I was in a whole different world. It was like, bro, his voice was so loud. I was asking him every question, and I ever want to know the answer to. His voice was so loud, it echoed. I couldn't hear nobody yelling outside. It was insane. I get out the car, and he says, pay attention, it's time to work. I'm like, okay. I get out the ring. Look, you think this was my game plan when I fought Ryan? I'm gonna just keep my hand right here the whole time. I literally physically could not throw it. I tried to throw it and I couldn't land it to save my life. I dropped Ryan in the second round. I tried to finish him. And I promise you, I felt like an angel holding me back. I couldn't do it. If I would have knocked him out, I couldn't say if it was God. If I lost, I couldn't say it was God. If I used both my hands, I couldn't say it was God. After the fight, I give my thanks to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
I owe this all to the Lord and our Savior, Jesus Christ.
And right after, I got put to the test right away. He took away the only thing that would have affected me in that moment. He could have took away my belts. Who cares? I'll get another one. He could have took away every dollar I ever had. Who cares? I would come back and make more money. It don't matter. He could have took away my fame. How many times have I been canceled and I come right back, right? He took away not the one, but the two people I love most in my life directly after a fight and made me focus on him and nothing but him. And through all that, he became my true love. My heart beats for Christ. I was getting ready to fight.
Shout out to Jesus and God. A lot of people picking Rolly to lose to Tio. I mean, I don't know how to really pick it. Honestly, I think it should be pretty even. Rolly seems like the bigger guy, stronger guy. Tio seems like the faster, slicker guy. Yeah. I guess Rolly got to kind of catch Tio at some point. Let's peep this street fight. People saying, look, it's the best fight I've seen in my life. It has everything, worth every second. Let's see it. I saved this for the stream. I have not seen it at all. It's a fire extinguisher? Oh, shit. Oh. 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 Damn, that is the best street fight I ever seen in my life, too. No interferences. In fact, the boys just squatted up and went fucking team for team. They said, shit, we jumping in for our boy, and then his boys jumped in for him. That's some good shit. No breaking it up. Shit, we want all the smoke. We fight till it's over. I like that. I enjoyed it. Saturday says, Tony Sal says, tell Saturday I need a parlay or it's going to be bad. Shit, Saturday not coming on this week, Tony Sal. Isn't that unfortunate? But you could, on X, he's got parlays. We'll peep it, Tony Sal. Trevor Ryder says Gary wins decision on From the Future. I hope so, Trevor. Low key, I hope so. Lotus just gonna take that. Oh, Tony says, wait, Rolly won. I always thought Ryan won that. Yes, Rolly did win that. Dominated Ryan. Dropped him too. And then also Tony says, did YB really say, quote unquote, I watched my grandpa say penis in a song? Or is that a meme I saw? Yeah, I don't think he said that. He said quite a bit of things. My favorite part was when dude got the fire extinguisher out and started spraying him. This was the best part right here. He starts spraying him. Dude gets out, and then he starts getting his ass beat. Then Yellow's friend grabs the extinguisher and gets revenge on this dude and bashes him in the head with the fire extinguisher and straight drops him. Look, here it is. Boom. Wait, here's boom. And it comes in for more. Boom. That got him again. That was my favorite part. He got 2 clubs in. Yeah, with the fire extinguisher for sure. Should we do a little doom scroll? I don't want to hear Dana teasing another big event. I'll just hear it when it comes. Oh, Davy Grant versus Elijah Smith. Okay. Sean Strickland living his best life. Day 2 of my quest to become an alcoholic. Uh-oh. I know you guys hate this.
Hi guys, on my quest to become an alcoholic, I found some Tito's vodka. Way better than whiskey. Way better than whiskey.
That's why alcoholics drink it.
Yeah, there's no real aftertaste with vodka. Whiskey got a heavy aftertaste. What's poppin'? AD says, what's up, Jacob and crew? The best street fight we've seen in a while. The streets are talking. Yep, that was one of the best street fights I've ever seen, AD. It lived up to all the hype. And then Jew says, MTK ain't tapping either. They said, fuck this card. Yeah, I texted MTK actually yesterday, and I was like, you gonna be free for the podcast or not? Because I wasn't sure. And then he's like, I'm free. And then he texted me like 3 hours before, and he's like, actually something came up. I got to go into the office. Like, got to cancel. So I was like, all right, homie, no worries. He never cancels. So shit. I take MTK's word for it. Sean Sugar Strickland. Strickland is a psycho. True Silence says champ. I can't believe he's drinking 2 days in a row. That's kind of crazy. And I don't like that he likes the vodka. But I mean, the first one was kind of all right. You know, last night's video, that was all right. But day 2, going for the vodka and then liking it, like, oh gosh. He better stay away. I just watched the Garry Makhachev press conferences, buyer seller, when Ian answered Islam's question was crazy. I know. I know. I know, homie. Ian's out of his fucking mind, bro, answering Islam's question for him. Like, bro, shut the fuck up. Jacob, you think Ian's size will be a problem for Makhachev? Says AD Kid. If Makhachev is really 5'10 and Ian's really 6'3, yeah. But maybe not. I just think that Islam can't really land head kicks and Ian can land head kicks. And that might be a difference maker in the fight, AD. Look out for the head kick battle. I think that's really what the height is going to make a difference in. head kicks and shit like that. Maybe Islam might be able to get a takedown or two easier, uh, because Ian's longer. But I would say also on the vice versa, look out for Ian being able to get up quicker because he's more like lengthy. Does MTK bang his neighbor also? Shit, I never asked him. We could ask him on the next stream, Tony. I think MTK doesn't. We got to ask MTK what he's been on lately, if he's still on his like spiritual journey, because about this time last year MTK was on a heavy spiritual journey. He hasn't really mentioned it much since anymore. It might have just become normal to him, but my man was fasting, getting sober, exercising, eating healthy. I mean, this guy was doing it all. Ian Odd, yes. I never liked Ian. He is not a likable dude. He's not really likable. I think it's fair to say. I see Jacob. I didn't know Ian was 6'3". I mean, shit, AD. I don't think their height difference is 5'10" and 6'3". And I don't think it's going to make that big of a difference in the fight. But aside from what I mentioned, the head kicks and maybe easier takedowns for Islam, but easier for Ian to stand up. That was so weird, says buyer seller, because Ian being polite and Islam was being a douchebag is probably the weirdest press I've seen. I know. Later on, though, there's a video that came out of Islam backstage, and he was repeating what he said to Ian. He was like, but he was also like, I couldn't hear what Ian said, but it sounds like he's losing his fans by the second. So I guess Islam didn't really understand what Ian was saying. And he was like, shut up, you're losing fans by the second, just shut up. But he didn't really know what he was saying. Maybe he just told Ian to shut up to cover his base in case he was talking shit about the great Abdul Manap. Ian's reach ain't even crazy for 6'3", 74.5 for 6'3". Yeah, it's not. Anthony Wint, who just won on Contender Series, has a longer reach. It's like 78. True Silence says, I'm low-key up to see what Ian has to offer in the cage. You say that like you don't know what he has to offer. Are you just excited to see if he can defend Islam's takedowns and keep it on the feet and last long in the fight? McGregor predicting knockout is a good pick. Head kick, great pick. Late, great pick. Dana wide angle. I actually want Ian to win now and pull the upset. Buyer seller. See, you're on Ian's side about that. I'm not really on anybody's side. I just found it hilarious. And Ian answering Islam's question for him is goofy in general. True Silence says, yeah, versus Islam. I could see that. I could see that. If he could beat Islam, it's super upset. It's a big upset. Jones would want to upset so Islam doesn't get closer to taking the GOAT title. That is true. Cruz thinks Ian will win also. Dominic Cruz? Myko? What up, Myko? Will Ian upgrade his throne after he wins? I hope so. 80 says respect to Larry putting in work. I agree.
Awesome, boys. Thank you. Ready? Awesome, boys. Thank you. Ready?
So, there you have it. What do you guys think? One more?
Awesome, boys. Thank you. Ready?
Islam was born ready, no glaze. He was. It'll be a good fight, man. It'll be a great fight. I'm very much looking forward to it.
Your home is my home.
Tony says Layla the nutritionist Prob got something in store for Ian if he wins. Prob gonna let him get closer if you get a closer view. Oh my gosh, Tony M. How dare you? So disrespectful, but it's hilarious. You know, the nutritionist hasn't been getting enough talk this week. But yeah, never forget, you know, Gary's nutritionist is Layla Machado Gary's baby daddy. And they all live together. 80 says, Jacob, what do you think in terms of Islam's fighting style, meaning he can be boring? I do think Ian can be boring. I do think Islam can be boring, AD. Yeah, I do. I do. He also submits. I'm aware, AD, that there might be a concept out there where Islam is suffering from like that Mike Tyson effect where he's too good and the fights don't have enough intrigue or parody to him, right? You could also poke a lot of holes in his resume. You know, fought Volk twice, ended up fucking fighting Renato Moicano for one of the title defenses, Dustin Poirier for one of the title defenses. Um, and DP's good, right? But it's like, you know, later on in DP's career, you know, JDM might be a little bit sus. So Islam hasn't really had the big fight. And I think that's one of the things. Not speaking as much to being boring, but speaking to Islam and not having the big fight. You know, I think that is something to be said there. I can't, you know, you can't really call him boring, but that last fight with JDM was boring. But he does dominates, you know, and yeah, it's like he does dominate, he's respectful. He doesn't give you much. He's not that active. So there's a lot with Islam. I think that like lower on the totem pole is the fact that he's boring. I would say that he doesn't say much. He's inactive, right? You know, doesn't say much slash a really respectful fighter. He's inactive. He doesn't have the best resume, aka also hasn't had the big fight. And then, you know, you can kind of say, like, okay, yeah, maybe he can be boring at times, but he gets the stoppages. But the stoppages are against Renato Moicano and alcoholic Volk coming off the couch in the rematch. You know, old DP. There's not this real budding guy, right? So there you have it. Jacob on point. Well, thank you, AD. Ian the vegan Gary, exactly. Islam has good taekwondo striking. He does. It should be a good fight. It should be a great fight. I'm looking forward to it. I know I joke around saying like Ian's gonna win, but I hope it's a great fight, and I hope Ian can put up a great fight because we all know Islam can. You know, so Juice says to his credit though that Moicano fight was supposed to be Armand, and that second Volk fight was supposed to be Charles, and I'm not even a Daggy Glazer. I know, Joe. I know. I know. But I think where Islam suffers is they're not big fights, right? And so although his opponents pull out and it's not his fault, he still suffers because he can't put on the big one. You know, Jew? I know that makes sense to you. But yeah, I get it too. So what you said also, is that is the context. The sucky part about that is like fucking Islam loses too from that. Anyway, boys, I think that'll be the stream. When Jaden Newman starts coming up on my stream and or not on my stream, but on my timeline and Ben Dawn, like it's time to get out of here. Oh my gosh, it's getting even worse. We need to get this stuff off the screen immediately. Low key, this feels like the big one. Well, biggest in terms of a challenge for him. No, I would agree. I would agree that this is the big one. Ian Garry is him. Not many people can beat Ian Garry in the welterweight division, so I don't know. I can't name many better than Ian Garry when it comes to welterweight. Shavkat been out. Aside from Shavkat, Ian Garry's beat the who's who. Your favorite welterweight, Ian Garry beat him, right? Aside from Michael Morales, so Ian Garry or Islam beats Ian Garry, it's respect. Ian Garry beats Islam, it's respect, no matter how it gets done. Mike Co says, always a good stream. Thank you, Mike Co. Much appreciated, homie. Kevin from Chicago says, I'm listening, laying low and listening. My man Kevin, thank you for always listening, homie, and tuning in. Hope you're healthy, homie. Hope the job's going well. AD says Arman has the biggest motion outside of the UFC, and if he wins a belt, he's gonna be one of the biggest stars of the promotion. I agree, but that motion is winding down AD because think about it like this. Arman, I mean, maybe he can always have motion, right? But fight motion are two different things. He's going to start being looked at as not an active fighter soon enough. He needs to fight, bro. He does have a fight coming up, so it's good. True Silence says official prediction. I'm going to take Connor's prediction like Ian Garry head kick knockout or like Ian Garry decision. But head kick knockout late or Ian Garry decision. You excited for Halloween, Ka? Halloween's like probably the least one I look forward to be honest with you, Tony M. Hate to be a Debbie Downer, but Halloween probably the least I'm excited about. You like Halloween, Tony M? Maiko says, does Tatiana get another crack at the belt and faces the winner this weekend? I'm good on Tati for now. I'm focused on Jillian Robertson. We rocking with Jillian Robertson. We love Jillian Robertson. We believe in her. We picking her to get the win. Tatiana Suarez. Yeah, I know Tati. You guys think Tati's the reason for Patchy Mix's downfall or what? Who knows? Shout out to everybody watching, though. Thanks for running up the likes on the stream. Keep running up the likes on the stream, boys. If you haven't liked the stream, just hit that like button. You already know the deal. Thank you in advance. Juice says he's gonna have the neighbor dressed up like a slut. Come on now, Jew. Come on. She get freaky on Halloween, Cuh. You guys are insane. Come on now. You guys kill me. No, bro, I told you. I mean, I think we're enemies for life, man. We definitely enemies for life. That's unfortunate with Mix, a solid guy. I don't know if that's if Tati is the reason for Patchy's downfall. I was just kind of asking, speculating, Just kind of speculating. Tony says Halloween's been dying down heavy lately, but yeah, I like the vibe and all that. What do you normally do on a Halloween, Tony? I don't know your age, Tony, but if you're kind of like around my age, obviously we're not going trick or treating, so You go to some party, like with the friends, or you go to a bar or something? I don't really have a core friend group like that anymore. I mean, I do. It's hard to explain. I do, but like my core friend group, like they got to go out. Like each individual goes outside to find their own party, and it's probably tied into like work or something like that, or like some new friends they've met along the way. You know what I mean? So it's like everybody kind of has their own thing going on. And if they do, a lot of times they don't. They're probably like wifed up or with their girl just kicking it at home. So that's why I'm like Halloween, schmalloween, Tony M. You already know the deal. I'm just like shit, man. Halloween, schmalloween, cuh. Anyway, boys, I guess that might be the stream. I was just kind of chopping it up because you guys had a lot coming in through the chat. So now that the chat's slowing down, I guess we could wrap it up. Tomorrow we got the weigh-ins. Garry Makhachev weigh-ins. It should be good. It should be good. Ceremonial weigh-ins and oh, I guess we could maybe do some picks. Let's do some picks. Now, usually just throw on a film/TV show, Halloween centered, but I want to do something this year. Okay, Tony M. All right. Shit, maybe go to some bar in the city, homie. Bar in the city sounds good. Peace out, crew. Buyer seller says ceremonial. Peace out, AD. I don't know. Should I do my picks now? Let's do the picks now. Ian Machado, Garry. KO, TKO, head kick round 4. We calling it. Mackenzie Dern, Jillian Robertson. We go on Jillian Robertson. Submission. Round 4. No, maybe round 3. Jalen Turner, Kouye, Flores. Not really well versed on Kouye. 3-fight winning streak. Oh, he pretty good. We'll go Kouye because Jalen Turner just sells fights. So that's the problem with Jalen Turner. Jalen Turner sells. Mansoor Abdul Malik versus Dustin Stoltzfus. I mean, Dustin Stoltzfus is people's favorite guy to sleep on. He's coming off 2 losses. Minus 550 favorite. I guess they know something we don't. Decision probably. I think these guys are teammates. Both training at Extreme. Esteban Ribovics, Edson Barboza. I think Esteban Ribovics kind of sucks, but who knows, man. Edson on his way out, so I'm gonna go Ribovics, KO, TKO. Like round 2. Shit, maybe even round 1. No, I mean Ribovics is kind of trash, bro. I'm gonna just go decision. I don't even fucking, Chitty Noel or Chitty Joel. Joel Alvarez. Chitty's another one who just sells. And he gets himself knocked out, so that's probably what's gonna happen. Unless he gets submitted by Joel. Him. I could see a submission. Round 2. Charles Johnson, Eduardo Chapolin. Chapolin is 30. Charles Johnson, 35. How you guys seeing this one? You guys give me your take on the Chapolin real quick. What else can Ian do this week to make us dislike him more? Like turn it more up with his wife or something? Like bring out the nutritionist? I'm going to move on from this one, but tell me how you guys are seeing Charles Johnson versus Eduardo Chapolin. It's a late matchup, so. Eric McConico Jr., Dante Johnson. I think Dante Johnson. Decision. Vicente Luque, Trayshawn Gore. Maybe Trayshawn by submission, bro. Round 2. Rafael Tobias, Lucas Fernando. I don't know these guys. I'm going to stay away from it. Neil Magny, Ramiz Brahimaj. It's a good bout, but I think that Neil Magny probably got this one. One more for the old dog, Neil Magny. I say KO TKO. Jeremiah Wells Mitabek. I'll go Mitabek. Decision. She putting in work for that treat, and Perry ain't no trick, huh? That's a bar. Jew, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. All right. I think we're going to go Eduardo Chapolin, bro. KO TKO. KO TKO, baby. Eduardo Chapolin. He's going to show. That's it. Perry gonna dress in there like a witch and have her ride his D as the broomstick. You guys are insane. Halloween nostalgia hitting low key hard lately. Not gonna lie. Literally, you're the first one to mention it to me this year, at least. Card week for real. It's kind of weak, but I'm looking forward to it. It's not a bad card, bro. For us hardcores, it's really not that bad. Who knows though? Anyways, boys, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning into the stream. We got our picks locked in. Some of those picks were random just because these fights are a bit in the weeds, but they're still decent. They're good matchups. That's what I could say. You know, the fights might be some no names, but these no names are matched up good. It's not like gimme fights the whole card. So they're actually good matchups, which should make for a good card. Anyways, boys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys all later. Like the stream on your way out if you haven't liked it. One more time, thank you in advance. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for the ceremonials and shit like that. And whatever news happens tomorrow. Peace out, boys. Thanks for watching. Shout out to Jew. Shout out Tony M. Shout out my man's Kevin from Chicago, my kin. Shout out Buyer Seller. Shout out ID Kid. Shout out Mike Co. Shout out True Silence. Shout out to You Retarded. Who else we got in here? Shout out to Trevor Ryder for tapping in. Shout out Tony Sal. Shout out Jim Lotus the vegan. Shout out Cupcake. Shout out Duty Magoo. Shout out to Meat Rocket for tapping in. Good to have you back. Shout out to Dunn Daughter for tapping in as always. We got more. Shout out MJ World. Shout out to Space Kid. All right, that's all I can see. All right, boys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you all tomorrow for the ceremonials and whatever news happens tomorrow. Peace out, boys.